Hello everyone, it's Comfort Beach Ambition. Today we're going to make a continuation from the last episode where we discussed the conditional statements and we dig through into the if else conditional statement. So today I'm so happy that you're going to do another conditional statement, which is the switch statement. So the switch statements, just like the if else conditional statements, you can also make decisions on your app. So yeah, so in conclusion, what I could say about the switch, the what's this the switch conditional statement is that it is also used to make conditions on your application or on your web application. Yeah, just like the same thing that we did in the last episode, where we had to check for certain criterias, and then if they do much, we display something, and if they don't, we also display something else. Okay, so what you are going to do here is we're going to play around with two things here. Okay, so first thing is we're going to be checking if the number is what we are looking for, and we are also going to be checking if the value of a string is what we are looking for. All right, so make sure that your XAMP is running here. Make sure that it's running smoothly. Ah, yeah. So make sure that your XAMP is running smoothly. Okay. So I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to name it episode 9. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to overwrite this one, which I was doing the workarounds. Okay. So you start your PHP syntax like this, and then here, well, let me have two variables. The first is going to be car, is equals to Ford. Yeah. Okay, car model. Let me name it car model. Is equals to Ford. And the other one, let me say age is equals to let me just put 22, or maybe let me just say 44. Yeah, so so what we are going to do on in this episode is that we're just going to be checking if the value of this variable car model is equals to Ford. So here we're trying to find out if uh, the car model is Ford. So if the car model is Ford, we want to display something. And here on the last program, we're going to be checking the value of age. So here we'll be checking if the value of age is equals to 44. So if it's not 44, we're going to display something else. And if it's 44, we're just going to display also something else. So let's get started. So I'm going to make a comment. Like I said, when we're starting, the comments don't have any impact on the code. Okay, so let's say switch conditional conditional statement for age. Yeah. So what do we do now? We're going. Okay, so before you could start writing anything, I always like to show the formula of almost everything that I code. Okay, so I'm going to create a new file here, and I'm going to name it formula. Yeah, so let's open it together. Okay, so the formula of a switch conditional statement goes like this. First, you just have to write in the keyword switch. Okay, and then what you want to switch through, what to, or maybe let me just say to what to switch through, what to switch through. Yeah, and then decisions, and then here are the cases. The case, so let me just comment it out, cases, and then here we start. Let's say uh case value, and then here what to do, and then break. Okay, so this is how the switch code goes. So you first have to start a switch using this keyword switch, and then here in between the brackets you just have to type in what you want to switch through or what you want to make the decisions on. Yeah, and then here you put the curly braces, and then you start making the decision to say if the value of or maybe here you say on case, you decide to say okay, so if if the value of what you are switching through here is equal to the value here, and then we do something here and it breaks. Yeah, so you can add as many cases as you want. Okay, and if you want, you also add another one. Okay, so case two, case one, case two, case three. Okay, so now enough of the formula thing. Let's get back to the code now. So we're going to uh, make use of the same formula here which we did. So we start by writing the switch keyword switch, okay, in brackets, and then what are you switching through? So let's start with the car model. So you're switching through, or we're making decision on car model. Yeah, so you add the curly braces here. So, and then inside the curly braces you start making decision. So what if the value of car model is equals to ren or is equals to Toyota? Let's see. Case uh Toyota. And then what do we do? We echo, uh, we display to say this is a Toyota model. Yeah, this is a Toyota model. Yeah, so we display this is a Toyota. This is a Toyota. Okay, sorry guys, I was just putting my phone on charge. So this is a Toyota model, and then we break we break here. So what this simply means is that we're trying to find we are trying to find out what is inside car model, or the value that is equal to car model variable here, of which it is equals to Ford. So here what you're trying to do here is okay, so now the first thing that we're trying to do here is we start the first case. So the first case is checking if the value is equal to Toyota here, and then what do we do if it's equal to Toyota? We say this is a Toyota. So okay, let's say case Tesla. Okay, case Tesla. Ah, okay, so let's say case Tesla. Okay. I don't know. My keyboard seems to have changed. English UK. Yeah, so case Tesla. And then we say this, we display echo. This is a Tesla model. And then we break. Okay, so what this break is simply doing here is that uh, whenever this evaluates to true, this code will run and then it will end from here, which means if this code evaluates to true of, or if it's what we are if it's what the decision, if it's the decision that we are looking for, and then this code will execute up to here. So this simply means the code will never run up to here. That's what simply means. So here on Tesla, on case 2, if case is equals to Tesla, this it will display echo this is a Tesla model and it ends from here. What you just have to know about the switch conditional statements is that they go in a sequential manner from top to bottom, and they never go vice versa. So always take note of it that the switch conditional statements move from top to bottom, and they never move from bottom to top. Take note of that. Yeah, so now let's see now the last case. Let's say case. Okay, case. Let's say case. Now this let this be. the actual one, Toyota. Oh, sorry, let's say Ford, and then what do we do if the model is close to Ford? What we display? This is a Ford. This is a Ford. This is a Ford model. This is a Ford model, and then we break, which means we terminate our code from here. See? Okay, so now let's try to run our code to see what we were doing right here. Okay, I'm going to go into PHP. Okay, so you see it has displayed this is a Ford model. Let me make some explanations here. Let me do a yeah a simple explanation here. So uh just a little bit of an explanatory. So here it goes. So here we start with switch, and then what we are switching through, make sure that the variable exists if it's the one you are trying to switch through. And here we start a decision. So you put in the curly braces, and then inside the curly braces, this is where you put the decision. So the first decision we start, if the value of car model here is equals to Toyota, what do you do? Display this is a Toyota. You see? Okay, so we go to another case here. If car model here is equals to Tesla, what do we do? Display this is a Tesla model, and we terminate from here. And here I forgot, we also terminate from here if this condition is true, and the code ends from here. So if it's not, then we go to the second one. So car mod, we check if the value is equals to Tesla. We display this is a Tesla model. We break here so that it doesn't go to the bottom. Okay, so the last case here we check if case is equals to Ford. If case is equals to Ford, and then we break from here. Yeah. Okay, so now uh I know you guys you are wondering. Okay, let's try. I'll say what I would want to say later on. But what if we change the value here to Tesla? To Tesla, what are we going to do? So if we change the value to Tesla, we're going to find that this code will execute only this code will run here. Okay, so let's check from our browser. Let's check from our browser. Okay, so you see, it was displayed. This is a Tesla model. So here we have this is a Tesla model. This is what it was displayed. So here on the value, if I put Ford, we're going to find that this code will run. Now, if you saw in the if else conditional statements, there were a scenario whereby all the conditions have not met, and then we're returning what we are calling the else condition, which is the default, like what runs when all the conditions are not met. So that's also applies to the switch conditional statement. Okay, so let's say I put in something that's not there in the condition BMW. If we try to check here on the cases, we have nothing to handle BMW. So now let's try to run the code. Let's try to run our code. Okay, sounds like my XMP has performed. Okay, you see, it's displaying nothing. Why? Because there's nothing to handle BMW. So now there's also another thing here which we put which we are which we insert when no, not insert, but something that we do add to handle when the value is not found. So what are we going to do if all of these conditions are not met? What do we do? So now a switch conditional statement has something called a default. So a default handles when all of these condition fails, or when all these conditions or decisions are not matching. So here we type in default. Yeah. So what do we do? What do we do when all these conditions are not met? So we bring in the default. Yeah. So the default, and then we display echo. uh, let's say error, no condition matches, no condition matches. And then we also add a break so that the code just terminates from here and never goes anywhere below. Okay, so let's try to run it. Unexpected break. Okay, what do you have? Oh, sorry, I forgot to add the end tag. Okay, so you see error, no condition matches. So we are checking here. We're trying to check. Okay, so I would. Okay, so now that you are done with the first one, now let's go to the second one where we'll be checking the age, the value of age. Okay, so I'm just going to comment out this code a little bit so that our next code doesn't get interrupted. So we're going to follow the same thing here. Switch, okay, switch on age. Okay, what do we do here? We say, okay, so what you're trying to do at last here, we now go to this other variable which is age. You're trying to check the value of it, which is for an integer 44. Okay, so same formula, switch, and then what are you switching through? This time you're switching through age, and then you put in the curly braces for the conditions, and then what do you want? Okay, first now let's say if age is equals to 22, I want it to display uh the age is 22, and then it ends from here, it terminates so that it never goes elsewhere. Okay, so what if this is not true? What do? We go to the second one, we check if age, by using case, if age is equals to 24. Let's try to check 24, and then we display echo uh, age is 24. Okay, so break, we terminate from here. And the last one, we would like to add the real culture here. So let's say case 44. What do we do when when the value of the age variable is equals to 44 now? When it's the actual value, what do we do? So we display a, let's say the age is 44. You are right. You are right. All right. And then we break from here. We break. And then we also put the default. So the default is what executes when all of these conditions have not met. Okay, so echo uh, error, no condition has been met. Yeah, and then we break, we terminate our code. Oh yeah, we terminate. Okay, so let me do. Okay, so before I could do any explanation, let's run the code together. We see, so it should display. Okay, so the age is 44. You are right. So here, another last explanation. So here, switch. We are switching through age, and the first case or the first condition is checking if the value of age share is equals to 22. If it is, then it displays this, and then it ends from here. But if it's not true, what do? We go down here. We try to check if the age is equals to 24. We display age is 24, and then we terminate from here. So and so the last condition here checks if the value is equals to 44, we display the age is 44. You are right, and then it terminates from here. What if all of these conditions have not been met? This is where the default runs and breaks or terminates from here. So guys, that's how we use the switch conditional statements in PHP. Yeah, so I hope this makes sense, and I've tried my best to explain about this. I hope you guys understand. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment sections, and don't forget to invite uh your your PHP friends, yeah, to be precise, your PHP friends to join us along this free series to be direct. Cheers.